Hello everybody, I had the privilege of seeing Supergirl a little earlier than most this past week. I've been kind of waiting to get my thoughts together for this film because there's a lot to unpack. I spent that time avoiding a lot of other people's reviews online, so when I finally felt ready, I opened up TikTok to a lot of surprise that people seem to hate this movie.
It's bad. It's just like, it's really, really bad. It's terrible, actually. It's easily the second worst film I've seen this year after my...
What were they thinking?
It's one of the worst superhero movies.
I've officially seen Supergirl.
No, because what the fuck was even... I think it's time for another early phase.
Supergirl is the second movie in the DCU, if you don't count Suicide Squad, which I do. So technically, it's the third film. It stars Millie Alcock as Supergirl. I read the comic this is based on about a year ago, and like many people, I really liked the book. So when I heard that this film would be an adaptation of the story, I got pretty excited. Colorful space opera that dives into Kara's character is a really great introduction for modern audiences. So, is this movie mid? Like, kind of? Okay, but like, y'all need to calm the fuck down.
Daddy, chill.
What the?
The movie looks pretty good. Weirdly, I've been seeing a lot of people talk shit about the color grading, which is fair. I mean, there are some pretty dark scenes, but I gotta admit that there are some absolutely breathtaking shots in this film. One shot in particular really stood out to me, which was inside like a Krypton building with a shit ton of coffins, and there was like one light shining through. Ugh, so good. Crypto is, of course, just as cute. Lobo is pretty cool. Jason Momoa is having a grand old time. Millie's performance is, incredible. Genuinely, if you were feeling turned off by the reviews, just watch it for her performance. Makes me sad because I can actually tell how much she loves this character. Like, she is Supergirl. Makes me very excited to see her in future projects. I mean, I loved some of her origin choices that they made in this film. It was pretty smart and fun to watch. The action was incredible. Something I think was so smart about this film is that they gave Kara a crutch in every single fight. In almost all of her fights, she was given a small disadvantage to struggle and use her own wits in order to survive. She loses her powers, so she steals a teleportation device in order to fight back. She's drunk, so she kind of like throws her body around crazy. She gets poisoned, and as she's getting beaten up, she has to try to make herself throw up so that she can get the poison out of her. I mean, just so creative. It made the film pretty enjoyable to watch when the action scenes came back up. Until, the movie slows down. I found some pacing issues in this film to be like pretty jarring. I'll say the beginning of the movie doesn't feel like the beginning. It kind of feels like the movie starts like legitimately at random. Sometimes our characters will be talking and randomly a group of bad guys will just like show up and start a fight out of nowhere, and it feels really unnatural. I will say that the pacing got better as the movie went on, but like Act 1 specifically was a little rough. Lobo was cool, but has no reason being in this story. They didn't even try to integrate him into this. It is genuinely, like, appalling why they added him into this film. I thought he'd, like, join the group and they go on the adventure together or something. But no, there is literally no reason. Or it's just genuinely because, you know, some toxic comic book fans can't just enjoy Supergirl without their masculine comic book character to latch onto, because I blame you. The needle drops in this movie are pretty wild. There's one towards the end that genuinely made my whole theater laugh out loud. The music just didn't really add anything for me, which sucks even more because like the score is pretty good. I don't understand why they just didn't like use more of the score instead of like all the pop songs that they were throwing. I also didn't really love how the planets looked. Like I was expecting some crazy cosmic planets that we always see in the DC comics. Instead, it's all pretty boring. Half of the planets we visit are literally just like barren wastelands. So thanks for that, guys. The villain is incredibly boring. The introduction is, like, pretty terrifying. I was excited to see more of him, but it just felt like they didn't make him, like, menacing enough. The guy never felt like a final boss for me. He was almost, like, too easy. He just felt like the henchman to the main villain. I was always waiting for the real main villain to show up. And I also wish his design was a tad better, but that's, like, a small thing for me. I also really felt like the relationship between Kara and Ruthie could have been way more fleshed out. I never really felt attached to their relationship, which is sad because it's such a big core of the story. It really is the emotional core of this entire adaptation, and they just didn't really do it that much justice. Same thing with Kara and Crypto. I kind of wish we got a lot more scenes of them hanging out before he gets sick. Just my opinion. The sad thing is, this movie can feel a little boring sometimes. This reminds me of early Marvel days. This is a very normal superhero movie. It's not trying anything new or different. It's just telling a basic superhero story. It's kind of doing things that people have been, complaining about for years. It feels generic. It feels formulaic. It does just make me a little sad because it would have felt so satisfying to finally see all those guys on the internet shut their trap and just enjoy a really cool Supergirl movie. This is an awesome character. Millie is awesome, and I'm sorry, kind of fine as hell. But seriously, there's a lot of highs in this movie that I think social media reviewers are just really, really nitpicking. People are calling this movie absolute garbage, which it just isn't. It has great action, fun story, good performances, but it does have bad pacing, weirdly inserted characters, a lazy villain, and an all-around kind of just boring adaptation. This won't change your life, but it still gets me excited for the future of the DCU. James Gunn was bound to have, at least one miss. We can't, not even the MCU is perfect and people are still obsessed with it. We need to give DC a break. Okay, I am giving this a 2.75 to a 3 out of 5. I'm kind of in that ballpark, but yeah, in that general area. I think it's a little better than halfway, but it's still kind of in that middle ground, Subscribe and please let me know what you thought of the new Supergirl movie. Okay, bye.